They say love is blind. But what they don't tell you is how terrifying it is to see again, especially when the one person you needed most vanishes without a word. The first face I saw when the bandages came off wasn't his. And for months, I wondered if he ever existed at all. It started with a car crash that should have killed me. Instead, it left me blind and alone in a hospital room that always smelled faintly of disinfectant and wilted lilies. I was 32, freshly heartbroken, half a career lost, and living in a body that had betrayed me. And then came him, Eli. I never saw his face. I only knew his voice, low, warm, always a little amused, like he was trying not to laugh at how ridiculous life was. He was the assigned caregiver for my recovery. Washing my hair, cooking my meals, guiding me on walks I used to dread until I started waiting for them like oxygen. I fell in love with his silence, his stories, his laugh. With the way he never pitied me. He'd place my hand over his heart when words failed him. I never dared ask what he looked like. Maybe because some fragile part of me knew I'd paint him prettier than any truth. We never crossed the line. Not technically. But love doesn't wait for permission. One rainy Tuesday, I told him, "You feel like light." He didn't say anything for a long time. Then, almost broken, he whispered, "You deserve to see it again." That was the last real conversation we had. The surgery happened 2 weeks later. A miracle. When I opened my eyes, the world was blurry, burning, overwhelming, but he wasn't there. They told me he'd quit. No note, no forwarding number, just gone. For a year I tried to move on. I dated. I even got promoted. But no matter how vivid the world became, nothing felt right. My vision was restored, but the world had gone grayscale. Until last month. I was at a community art exhibit. Not because I liked art, he still wasn't used to color, but because it was something he once said he loved. There was a piece titled Tender Silence. A sculpture, smooth and simple. 2 hands cupped together, as if holding light. The plaque said, by E.J. Monroe. E.J. Eli Monroe. I felt it like a punch to the ribs. He had mentioned his full name once, sleepily, the morning after I'd had a panic attack. It was him. It had to be. The gallery assistant confirmed the artist lived nearby, worked at a small veterans center. No phone listed. No social media. Nothing easy. I went there the next day. The receptionist was hesitant. "He doesn't really do visitors." "I'm not a fan," I said, my voice already shaking. "I'm a debt." She stared at me like I just bled all over the floor. Then she pointed to a quiet courtyard out back. And there he was, sweeping leaves under a maple tree, headphones in. Older now, beard a little thicker. I still sad. My breath caught in my throat. I walked closer, deliberately stepping on a twig. He looked up. We froze. He dropped the broom. "You can see," he said. His voice exactly as I remembered, except rawer, like he hadn't used it in years. "You left," I replied. He swallowed. "I wasn't supposed to stay." I moved closer. "I didn't want anyone else. I still don't." He took a step back. "Eli," I said, my voice catching. "You don't get to disappear and then act like I imagined it all. I wasn't real to you." He laughed bitterly. "You were blind, Thomas. You didn't know me. I knew you better than I knew anyone." My voice cracked. "And when I could finally see, all I wanted was your face." He looked like he might cry, or punch something, or both. "I was scared," he finally admitted. "I didn't think you'd want me if you saw me. I'm not that good-looking, Thomas." I stepped forward again, close enough to see the way his lips trembled. "You were beautiful to me before I saw a single thing. That doesn't go away just because I have eyes now." Silence. Then I reached out and placed his hand over my heart. His breath hitched. "That's what I used to do. I remember everything." He blinked hard. And then, softly, he said, "I still make that lemon chicken you love. I still hate art." I smiled. "But I went anyway, looking for you." His hand curled slightly, fingers pressing into my chest like he couldn't believe this was real. "Come with me," I said. "I'm not the same man." Neither am I. We stood there like fools, the wind rustling the leaves, memories blooming between us like spring in October. Finally, he whispered, "Okay." That night he came over. We didn't touch at first, just sat on the couch, quiet, safe. Then I reached for his hand. He let me, and like muscle memory he guided it to my chest again. "I thought I'd lose you when you could see," he said. I looked at him, really looked, and smiled. "Seeing never meant more than feeling with you." He leaned in, a whisper away. "You feel like home." I kissed him. Now, 6 months later, he's asleep beside me as I write this. He still doesn't believe in mirrors, doesn't think he's photogenic, but I see him clearer than anyone. Every morning, when I wake up, I look at him for a long time before I speak, because I never want to forget what a miracle looks like. And because sometimes, love finds you in the dark but it stays, even when the light returns. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.